Hi, boys and girls. Today is Thursday, November 5th, and we are going to be doing reading. You are going to need these pages, which are page 65. It's this story, Pals Play and Hum. It's page 65 and 66 on the back, and page 67 with 68 on the back. So you'll need pages 65, 66, 67, and 68. So pause and get those if you need to. We are going to go over our words for the week that we should be practicing reading. And those words: live. Let's spell it. L-I-V-E, live. 3. Let's spell it. T-H-R-E-E, 3. Just do this one. Could. C-O-U-L-D, could. 1. O-N-E, 1. Then. T-H-E-N, then. And that is the end. So these words, you should be learning how to read these words this week. 1, could, live, 3, then. 1, could, live, 3, then. Those are our reading words for this week. I'm going to go over our vocabulary words really quick, too, that we've talked about. The first one, materials. Remember, materials are things used to make something else. Materials. The next one, furious. Furious. When someone gets very angry, he or she is furious. Hopefully that doesn't happen very often. Collapsed. If something collapsed, it fell down. Refused. If you refused to do something, you said firmly that you would not do it, like this dog. He refused to go outside in the rain. Shelter. This is a really important word for this week. Shelter. A shelter is a building that protects you or keeps you safe. Those are our new vocabulary words, which means that we're learning what they mean for this week. So this week we've been talking about shelters, homes, buildings, what they're made of, and we've been reading stories that show different animals and what they build their shelters out of, like the 3 Little Dassies and 3 Little Pigs and a pig, a mud. I'm forgetting the name of that story. I bet you remember. The pigs, the wolf, and the mud. All 3 of those were building shelters. And the first story from the small reading book, Cubs and the Hut, or something like that. I'm having a hard time remembering the names of these books that we've been reading because they're all kind of blending in together. Tomorrow we are going to be reading this story. If you wanted to go ahead and look at it today when you have time, we're going to read this story tomorrow, Homes Around the World, in your big reading book. Homes Around the World. And this shows a lot of different homes from different places that maybe you never even imagined. These kinds of homes that people live in, these kinds of homes. Look at that. So we're going to be reading this one tomorrow. Homes Around the World. Okay. So I need you to have out this book, Pals Play and Hum. Pals Play and Hum. I'm going to get my book ready. Okay. So the title, let's read it together. Pals Play and Hum. You can kind of see they're showing in the picture, they're showing these music notes, and those kind of show that I think that bee is humming. Sometimes they would show it if they were singing, but the bee's mouth is closed. So he or she is probably humming. Okay, ready at the bottom. Look at bug. Bug can hum. Page 2. It's all going to be about music. Look at duck. Duck can pluck. Do you see frog? Frog can drum. And there can kind of see he's beating his hands on the drum. And page 4. Cub plays a jug. The pals have fun. So you see all 4 of them and what they're doing for their music. Okay, I want you to read that again on your own. Read that on your own. Okay, I hope that you were reading it. Okay, so have this page and your book. We're going to need the book to answer the questions or write the sentences for this page, page 67. Okay. Number 1, write a sentence that tells where Bug is on page 1. So we're looking on page 1. We're thinking about the setting. Setting means where they are in the story. So let's start out like this. Bug with capital B. Oh, I didn't want to do it in green. I forgot that I had green. Okay. Bug is, so what could we say thinking about where Bug is? Where is Bug? Bug is outside. Only one capital letter, B on Bug. Space between each word, period at the end. Bug is outside. There he is. Okay, pause if you need to, because I'm going to go to number 2. Number 2, write the word that tells what duck can do. So duck is on page 2. We're going to write one word that talks about what duck can do. So this time we're not writing a sentence. What can duck do? So if you're not sure, reread the page. Look at duck. Duck can pluck. So pluck is what he's doing with that guitar. Like where you take your fingers and you move the strings. That's called pluck. Write the word that tells what duck can do. Pluck. It's on that page in the book. So if you're having a hard time seeing it here, it's right here. Okay, number 3. Write the word that tells what frog can do. Frog is on page 3. Do you see frog? Frog can drum. So what are we going to say that frog can do? I wish that arrow. Okay. What are we going to write that frog can do? Drum. It's right in the book. Drum. Again, we're not going to write a sentence. Drum. Drum. Okay, number 4. Scoot that down so you can make sure you can see it. Write a sentence that tells what the pals do. So the pals, it talks about the pals at the back, the last page. Cub plays a jug. The pals have fun. So we're just going to write that last sentence, exactly what it's saying here in the book. Write a sentence that tells what the pals do. The pals have fun. Copy it right there, capital T. That's the only letter that's going to have a capital. Space between your words. So write a sentence that tells what the pals do right here. The pals have fun. It's right in your book. Okay, pause if you need to finish writing it. But again, it's right here in your book. So you could always just copy it from there. We're going to turn it over to the other side. And the other side has contractions, like you've been working with Mrs. Leptak. Well, I think you worked on it maybe yesterday, and today you're going to work on it. Contractions. So, okay. Contractions are when you put two words together and some of the letters aren't there anymore and you put an apostrophe in place of it. Okay, so let's underline what it says. A contraction is when you put two words together to make one word. It's a shorter way of saying those two words. Like this. He's is a shorter way of saying he is. The apostrophe, and then it shows the apostrophe there, stands for the missing letter I in is. Okay, so it's usually going to be when we are using is, there'll be an apostrophe S. Okay, I'm going to erase this and scoot this up. And I think I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, so we have two words and we're making that contraction. So these are the two words, she is, and we're going to make it into one word with an apostrophe. So she is makes she's. She's, lowercase s. So we still see the word she, but now we have apostrophe S. Remember, apostrophe goes up at the top. It's kind of like a backwards C. So I can still kind of see where that is would be, apostrophe S. She is, she's. She is coming over later. She's coming over later. It means the exact same thing. It's just shorter. Okay, number 2, it is. We're going to do the same thing. We're putting an apostrophe S for is. It is. It's. It, apostrophe S. It is. It's. It is cold outside. It's cold outside. Means the same thing. Where we still see the first word, we still see it. but apostrophe S is now the is part. Okay, he is. I bet you know because it's exactly like these. He's. H-E apostrophe S. He's. He is. He's. He is here today. He's here today. Same thing. Number 4 is kind of tricky, but it's the same rule. Let us, we're going to say let's. So if you were in PE and you told Mr. Maxwell, let us run around the gym. We don't usually say it like that. We say let's run around the gym. Let's. L-E-T apostrophe S. So we still see let, but then apostrophe S takes the place of us. Let's. So all of these are shorter ways of saying these other words. These are contractions. Now we're going to write your own sentence using one of these contractions. You can come up with your own sentence. I am going to say it's fun at school. I'm going to put an apostrophe. Not an apostrophe, an exclamation mark. There's another line underneath, so if your sentence goes longer, then you would have more room to write your longer sentence. If it doesn't, then you don't put anything, like I did. So these are contractions, shorter ways to write 2 words together. Okay, so remember tomorrow we are going to be reading, and if you wanted to look at this already because it does have some cool pictures, we are going to be reading Homes Around the World and talking about an important word. I'm not going to say it yet. We're going to be talking about these. And also, you know what I want you to do? Actually, no. We're going to do it tomorrow. Okay. So, I will see you tomorrow. Will be Friday. Okay. Bye.